A very good afternoon, Sunday afternoon, my people. And let's start our part one. And then outside is quite damp today. The fall is here, so happy fall. So we'll start our part one. Part one is called 站桩. 站 is standing. 桩 is you're like a tree. So you're standing like a tree. So today I will explain you a little bit what this is good for, right? Is why are we doing that? But before I do that, and we will start our part one, and then after that, and I'll make sure we leave some time to explain you what is it, why it's important to do that together. Legs, shoulder blades. Naturally bend your knee a little. And when you bend your knee, make sure that it comes as natural as you can. And then just thinking yourself as a tree, right? Put your hands up. Close your eyes. We'll do 10 times together. We'll breathe in as deep as we can. Breathe out as deep as we can, okay? Now, let's do our part two, 10 energy movements. And we're going to do, if you are comfortable and ready, and let's move to more advanced movements. If you are not comfortable yet and not feel yourself is ready yet, and you can just do the basic. So that either way is good, okay? And make sure you watch my hands, right? You see this hand is that, think about if you have a plate on your hand, you're going to push it up. And then the hand, you're going to reach something. You're going to just touch something on the ground, right? And then you should feel your spine is being tightened and squeezed. You should be able to see your heel, your buttocks, and your back a little bit. Okay, so now let's get our water. Let's all have a sip of water. Now I want to explain you a little bit about standing like a tree. We call that 站桩, right? 站桩 that's how we do the breathing exercise. It's from a Taoist longevity exercise. But what does that do? So what are our focuses? Because now you are able to breathe in with your nose, out with your mouth. So remember, I often says we are a network of electricity. We're not just electricity, we are qi, that's energy. So we are this network of electricity. So that's been said is that how do we only learn, right, how to breathe in with our nose and out with our mouth, but we don't just have that, right? Because all these little vectors of energy in our system can also take in oxygen, can also breathe in energy, and then breathe out. So when it's in, is supposedly the pure oxygen and energy in, and breathe out is the toxins. So when we stand, right, when we do that, when we relax, right, then the first thing we learn is that how to breathe in deeply, and then also feel all the body is begin to relax, right? We relax from Bai Hui. Bai Hui is the top, on the top of your head, that represent the beginning of energy and also your wisdom, right? We relax Bai Hui first, and then we relax our ears, we relax our eyes, we relax our face, right? And we relax our neck, we relax our shoulder. And then, but when we relax, what we're not doing is, we're not putting your chin out, we're tucking your chin back in, right? And then it's like someone, the energy is holding you up from Bai Hui. It's that you are like a puppet, you're being held up, right? And that's why you are like a tree. And then you feel your tailbone is also being stretched out and then down to earth, right? So you have this energy you feel is pulling you up, put your chin back, and then the whole spine is like if you are holding a tree, right? The tree stands, and then your tailbone, you feel your tailbone is pushing down. Then what you're doing is you are giving your spine a massage, a relaxation massage, and also your spine has to breathe, right? It's just like us, you have to breathe. So you're standing like this, put your chin back, and then energy holds you up. This energy, your breath, you are really stretch the whole spine, right? And then your arms is so relaxed, then you can feel the energy flow, right? If you feel your fingertips feel tingling a little bit, that is good. That means that the electricity is going through your meridian lines, and you should feel your fingers feel the tip of your fingers, feel it tingling, those tingling. And then your legs, now you relax your hip, and you relax your buttocks, and you relax your legs. You're so relaxed that you feel you begin to grow roots through the bottom part of your foot. It's like, oh wow, you just begin to grow roots there, but the roots can be moved later on, right? So you are standing so solidly, standing so strong and so solid. Now you're so relaxed. Hold your chin back, your bai hui. The energy is pulling your bai hui, and your tailbone feels so stretched down. So now we're talking. Now you can feel the toxins coming out of you. You can feel the pure energy going into your system. That's why a lot of people choose to do it outside, right? And they literally hug a tree and they do it next to a tree because the energy is so good. So now we know that this is part one we do, is that is doing correctly. And second is really, so what are we doing this for? You are doing this mostly to detox. And you are breathing all these, because when you, and then the other thing is when people says, oh, I have so much dampness, what I do. One of the good things is, you have dampness. And this is one of the best way to get rid of dampness, because when you breathe out, right, you breathe out all the toxins you build up in your system. And also you also breathe out that dampness. So now the third is what you do is you are really just balancing the whole immune system. You are relaxing the whole defense system in your body, and you get rid of the toxins and the things you no longer need and want from your mind, right? It's good. It's a good moment to say, oh, I gotta let go. I gotta let go. Just let go. And from your mind to all the cells level, just that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. In and out. So every day, if you can do 3 minutes, that would be ideal. You do from 10 times to 15 times. You breathe in as deep as you can, breathe out as deep as you can. You say, well, I'll let go. I will detox. I will let go of the unwanted thoughts. I will let go of all those imbalances. If you have acute illness, you will let go of that illness. You let go of the thoughts that holding that illness, and you just let go. So that's what we're doing. And after that, you should feel, oh my goodness, I feel much taller. I feel much happier. I feel much more energized. I feel my fingertips begin to tingle, and I feel I am really relaxed. So that is what we are trying to achieve. So this is called 站桩. So you see, I am slowly changing your body and changing it to help your body naturally to reconnect with nature. Then you are a part of nature without your mind being a part of it. So this is one of the best way to really just get yourself relaxed, get yourself, ideally you will do it in the morning, you will do it in the evening, right? That can help you to sleep better in the evening, that help you to really start a day with more balanced emotions, with less toxins. So that is what we're doing. Again, your legs shoulder width, Now we know, relax. Put your arms off slowly. Hold that chin back. Someone is pulling your back way up. Someone is really help you to strengthen that spine. Breathe in and out. And then when you are done, don't just leave, right? When you are done, you show the appreciation to above, to earth, to nature, and to yourself. And then the next thing I'll teach you do is we have more and more dampness now. So how to really get rid of more of the dampness is after you do that, before you bow, and then I want you to get that roots out. Get out of that. There we go. You should feel your spine is relaxing. You feel your whole body is relaxing. You're shaking that tree. Okay. So there's so many things we can go through, right? So we will do it little by little and step by step. And today I just will share some thoughts with you. You know, again, when people ask me, so Dr. Lu, what is the best diet? What is it? The best diet, it really is, because you see, modern society, people are bored, easily changeable, right? Because they go from one extreme diet to another. I don't know what the reasons behind that, but if you ask me, I think the best diet is a balanced, seasonal, right? You follow the season and you eat a little bit of everything, but moderation is the key, right? A lot of people says, oh, you know, I no longer eat gluten, I no longer eat bread, I no longer eat this, I no longer eat that. It really need not to be. Over the thousands of years that our ancestors has figured out, we must need some grains, right? We need a little rice, we need a little bread, we need a little pasta if you desire. We need a little bit of cornbread if we fancy. We need a quinoa. We need a little bit of that. Then if you feel that you know how to make it, how to do it, then go for it. I think the best way is to check your local farmers market, and also we have, let's say, if we don't have good rice, we actually have pretty good rice. The native people, they really have pretty good local red rice, and I kind of quite enjoy. If you can find the ingredients you're looking for, and over the years I have collected a list of people that they really grow regeneratively, they grow organically, they grow mindfully, and I like to share that with you if you are interested. Some of you begin to ask me about the sourdough bread, and I will use this opportunity to let you see my sourdough bread. My people, this is a wonderful sourdough bread. I can smell it. Oh, it smells so awesome. And some of you asked, where do I get a starter? We actually grow our own starter. If you are serious about keeping the starter alive and making your own sourdough bread and really spend time to play and to really enjoy making bread, then I will raise you one. So that's been said, go to your farmer's market and don't ask me what to eat, and see what is in season, what the farmers bring. And that is a good starting point. And always ask them that also, if you eat meat, and make sure the source of your meat is they raise the chicken and responsibly, and then they really just kind of, because these chickens, this cows and pigs, and they make a sacrifice. So we must, that's why when I eat, I do not talk, because I want to give that much of attention, focus, appreciation to my food, and not just who prepare the food, but also to whoever become the sacrifice, right? And that include plants, right? Include your vegetables and everything. So you eat mindfully, you chew slowly, and make sure you chew your food to a point that, remember, in our monastery, we used to say, you drink your food. What does that mean? That means that you can chew it so well that become liquid, right? You drink your food and you eat your water. That means you don't just gobble the whole bottle of water down, and you take your time and you sip through the water. So that's been said, is that the whole point is that if we can do it mindfully. So the fall is a season that it's a season of really renewal and reflection. It's a season of harvest. So when we appreciate that harvest, when we really just meditate deep into to really renew ourselves, and a part of the renewal and is to really see what kind of things that that you will cook, what kind of things you will do that will help with the process of renewal. So that's your diet. And then the other thing is that some people are still asking me about this meridian line petting. The meridian line petting, again, we're going back to the whole fascia system, right? Because how do you clean up, right? How do you, the fascia system is really the structure of your body. How do you help fascia to detox? And one of the best way, again, that movements, right? You are balancing your organ systems and along with the fascia. And then the other thing is to do the meridian line petting. By now, we all have a meridian line petting tool by now. And what I want you to do is just gently, you can start in the middle, right? This is your shoulder. And in the middle of it, you can start to pat that. And then just pat down. And then different meridian lines. Again, you don't have to remember. You can cut this, just divide in three in the middle, and then that one line here, one line middle, one line on this side. You don't have to really know precisely, but just keep doing meridian line petting. And that, again, that will help you to really get rid of the toxins in your fascia system and strengthen and balance your fascia. So I really would like all of you to do more of the petting, right? And your spine and the whole leg, the whole legs, and just pet yourself. So again, we're reviewing, right? today that why we're doing 站桩 and why we're doing petting and why we should eat seasonally. And the last thing I'll do is that I was reading the healers before me that, remember, we have, you know, my monastery, 1,500 years of history, and my family close to 900 years. So there are a lot of books, a lot of notebooks to read. So one of the healers, so let me show you this. And you see, that is quite interesting book because every day, and I spend quite a bit of time just to read through. Sometimes that I read through a whole chapter, sometimes I read a couple pages, and then this is, I want to show you, these are ancient books. So this book is written 230 some years ago by the one who I share the same name, the same first name. And he was an incredible healer. So I'm reviewing his formulas. But one of the things he said in one of his notebooks that's quite interesting. You see, this is how we read in the ancient times, right? And so I was reading one of his formulas, and he really was really good at treating. He was good at treating a lot of things, but one of the things that I was reading is how to treat kids that have a lot of gut issues. So and reading his formulas. So one of the things he said why traditional Chinese medicine, why this type of medicine that should not be ignored, because there is such a tradition. He said, you see, we will never be able to get the truth. But each generation, we are inch close to it. He said, sometimes when we have good treatment plan, when we have good procedures designed, when we have good formula developed, we believe we just kind of move inch ahead to truth, to that natural balance that we're all given, and all of us has imbalances, so in a way we all walk away from. So how do we guide people back, right? Especially if they are unwell. He said through these, we are just kind of each generation, we just keep going and going and going and going. So I thought that was very inspiring to me, because we are in a very interesting time that I do believe collectively we have forgotten we are part of nature. We have walked away from. We believe we are above other beings and we are above nature. And so how do we slowly guide people back so we feel we just every day we make a little bit of progress. We just make that inch toward balance, inch toward well-being, an inch toward truth. That's what we're doing, isn't it? So I thought I would just share that with you. And I will today leave some time for you to ask me questions.
Thank you so much, Dr. Liu. I'm so happy that you brought awareness today to the breath as a means of detoxification, because I think so many times we, in our enthusiasm to get well, we go to such extremes of doing so many things to detox and cleanse that something as simple and as organic and as powerful as our breath work. I mean, that's amazing. So I really appreciate that. I think that's a really, really good daily practice. What I want to talk about a little bit, and not that I want to pick this particular group, but I'm wondering if you can talk a little bit more about grains. I mean, we know they're rich in B vitamins, we know they're great for fiber, but I'm wondering if you could talk a little bit about
Can you
why.
just a minute? I need the volume to be a little bit louder, please. Yeah, or you speak louder. I couldn't really hear you.
Sure. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm wondering if you can just talk a little bit more about the grains. I was saying that I know they're good sources of various nutrients and they're great for fiber, but can you just talk a little bit more about why that's so important to balance our meals?
So that really is one of the, so I really don't know why people have walked away from. So it could be that the source of their grains are not that healthy, right? Because if we begin to do genetically modified, and the other thing is that one challenge we're facing is that I do believe the soil is unwell, right? Because we put so much chemicals in it. We ask soil to do so much for us, so we deplete them. Once the nutrients in the soil is depleted, then what grows out of it is not as nutritious as it should be. I think that is part of the problem. But that's been said, is that I don't quite understand why people have walked away from that, because now more and more research has indicated that there is actually a correlation between gut health and if you take a little bit of grain in your meals. And the rule is should be no more than your palm, right? Just if you eat rice, it should be just a little bit. If you eat a piece of bread, a small piece of bread, sourdough bread is really good. And if you eat a little bit of millet, you eat a little bit of millet. If you fancy a piece of cornbread, eat a piece of cornbread. And quinoa and oatmeal, these are all nutritious if you find a good source. They are not your enemies. So the bloating you have by eating it is not because of that, it's because if you have good source, right? If you have good source of grains, and you said after that you feel bloated, it's not the bread, man, it is you. So we need to work on you to see what kind of intestinal inflammation and stagnation you have that cause you to have bloating. But that's all I can say, is that these are not your enemies. These are your friend. You should eat with joy. And mark my word, and now the raw diet is dying down, right? We realize, oh, I'm not a rabbit. I have to cook my food from time to time. In 5 years, I think that whoever says, well, these grains are bad for you, and that diet will die down. What will come back, hopefully, is common sense. What will come back is a balanced, seasonal, clean diet. That's what I'm aiming for, and will help you to get there. I personally, I eat a little bit of everything.
Thank you, Dr. Liu. I like that you're differentiating between first, make sure it's a good source, and then second, it's not necessarily the food, but really our system that might need balancing. And really, we can't just continue eliminating foods, right? I mean, so we start with
And
grain.
then you know, then you will end up, well, become really immortal, right?
Right. Right. So that's also something to really consider, is if we're finding ourselves continuing to eliminate foods, maybe we're not quite on the right track. Okay, very good. Dr. Liu, I know that some people really are, I mean, obviously for those who are gluten sensitive, there are plenty of grains that are sort of naturally, you know, do not contain gluten. But I want to talk a little bit about substitutes, because sometimes those are so processed that I think, you know, the organic, clean alternative is really much better. Would you agree with that?
Yes, absolutely. You know, because it's, again, it's just, yeah, it just, a good source is important, and make your own food is important. And then find your own people, that's important, right? Because there are people who are passionate about making a really traditional sourdough bread. And there is this guy in farmer's market, and his bread really is very good. And there are people who are really passionate about regenerative farming and passionate about doing things traditionally, mindfully. And you should see how much effort I put in just to get one point right, to make sure that procedure design is done so precise. So then there are people like that. And that's why we want to create a community. So within this community, hopefully people will do things more mindfully. They will appreciate tradition, and they will regain common sense, because we can't really go with the direction you all are going. It's not sustainable.
Thank you, Dr. Liu. I can attest from working with you and eating with you for many, many years that you really do eat a little bit of everything. I'm wondering if you can share with our audience, we have some folks who really love spicy food, and then also maybe just some healthier snacks for those who are maybe craving some sweets.
Fruits, you know, apples are in season. If you have, you know, sometimes if you eat too late, the apples then give you more gas, and then you can in the morning maybe cooked apples with a little bit of just chop it up and cook it with a little bit of cinnamon, and that really, and put in your porridge or put in your oatmeal or whatever you're eating with, and that is good. And a little bit of dry fruits is okay, but not so much. A little bit of dark chocolate is fine. When I say a little bit, I mean just 1 or 2 pieces, not 1 or 2 bars. So so these are all fine. And then the other thing is, nobody can be perfect. We're humans. If you're perfect, you will be immortals. So if you have a little bit of this and that, and be a little bit disciplined and says, oh, you know, if I want this, I will have a little bit, but just a little bit. That's fine. That is fine.
Thank you, Dr. Liu. Yes, I think the idea of moderation. So we have a question about, you know, sort of hot sauce, hot peppers, sriracha, and I think you're saying in moderation.
Peppers are very healthy. Peppers are healthy. Some people, they have, they couldn't really take hot peppers, but spicy food, if But you ask yourself why you love spicy food. If you love spicy food because your lack of energy, then it's like coffee. Then I say you gotta watch it. If you love spicy food from time to time just because of the flavor, then go for it. Although fall is mild spicy is good because fall is such a season that people have easily can get lung inflammation. So go easy on spicy food. But if you love it from time to time, as long as you love it because of the flavor and not because you just crave the energy, then go for it. And then the other thing is moderation is the key, right? And then there are regions that they have to eat spicy food because it's so wet, it's so damp. They can help to prevent arthritis. But we don't, our dampness is tolerable. So moderation, again, moderation is the key. If you have once or twice a week of some spicy food, I would say go for it.
Thank you, Dr. Liu. Just going back really briefly to the sugar idea, there's just a question about sort of having sweets, cakes, pies. I know you make everything at home. So I think, you know, again, the idea of going on an adventure to the farmer's market, getting some beautiful fruit, making something nice at home seems like it's the best of both worlds.
Yes, yes. So, you know, if you really want to, well, I can't, I mean, I don't, if you cook, if you bake, you have much better control of what to put in there, right? If you go out, you just have less control of it. And then if you do go out, then make sure you ask questions. Hey, what do you put in your, you probably end up like me, people rarely invite you anywhere anymore, but hey, you know, at least you get the information out of them.
Thank you, Dr. Liu.
Mm-hmm. And I actually want to show you we had the peach is out of season now, so we use the last chance. We made a peach tart, and if we still have some, we can show them. Yeah. So, you know, I just give you some ideas that what we do at home, right? And because it's not like anything else I would rather do. I hope you feel the same. It's not like anything else you would rather do, but spend time in the kitchen and cook mindfully. It's a good family time. And you have kids, ask them to be a part of it. And we don't have human kids. We have, you know, fur kids. And when we cook, everybody's around. Dogs, cats, they're all a part of it.
Dr. Liu, I've sort of promised a participant that you might share the sourdough recipe on our YouTube channel. Would that be possible?
Yeah, it's actually Jack's one of based on, we all know Jack, right? Jack's recipe, isn't it? I have to check, but yeah, I will be happy to share that. But look, can we show my people the pie? I know later on you will have half piece, but look at this peach pie we made. Isn't that just looking good? And we will be happy to share the recipes if you're interested. You know, my people, eventually, maybe we should just kind of open a restaurant and cook together. It looks like we're heading that way.
Thank you so much, Dr. Liu. We are actually all out of time today. If you have any closing thoughts, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today.
Life is such that we we must spend time and energy and to enjoy it, right? So always put a big smile on your face, and when you look at nature and says, wow, I am so happy to be a part of this. And if you have imbalance, if you have acute illness, and says, hey, it's okay, because we can balance that. Our body have that power to heal, and we're just here to help you to be your tools, to help your body to have that, to regain that ability for you. And together we can do that, my people. So let's all go out and live a little.
Thank you.
Dr. Lou.
Bye.
Thank you, Dr. Lou.
Thank you, Dr. Lou.
Thank you, Dr. Lou.
And if you all have some good recipes, make sure to send it our way too. So in that way, we all can learn and share together.
Please open that restaurant.
Inspiring as usual. Thank you, sir. Goodbye.